Thanks for joining me again. This practice is going to be an all levels, slow flow yoga practice. So as with any of my classes, I encourage you to really listen to your body, make this practice meet you where you are. Never working into anything that feels painful to you. It's okay to challenge yourself, but not going into something where you're going to hurt yourself. And you don't have to use any props. You can certainly go without props. If you do have a strap or a towel or a belt or a necktie, you might want that handy just in case. And if you have blocks and you know you like to use them, have those within your reach too. I might demonstrate some options where you could use a block if you'd like, but you don't need to. And then also, we're going to be doing some things on knees. If you need a little bit of padding for your knees, you can use a towel or a blanket. I like to use these little gardener knee pads because I can slide them in and out really easily. So if you need to, just press pause, gather anything that you think you might need before we get started. Okay, so getting started, you can stay seated or you can come down to your mat, to the floor, if that's more comfortable. I always like to start with a little breathing just to help you get into your body and let all of the rest of the stuff go for a little bit of time. So settle in, seated or lying down. If you're comfortable with it, close your eyes. And as you settle in and shift and get comfortable, start to notice your breath. And just noticing how the breath moves in and out of your body. And just by simply noticing the breath, it tends to slow down and deepen on its own. Now you're going to start to consciously make your inhales longer and your exhales longer. Inhaling, full inhales, long, complete exhales. After this next exhale, take a sigh. And then inhale to the count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and deep breath in, and sigh it out again. After that, go ahead and open your eyes and bring some movement into your hands and feet. If you did stay seated for that little bit of breathing, work your way down onto your mat. Coming into constructive rest pose. And constructive rest pose is your feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent, palms are facing up with the arms comfortably away from your sides. And then take another sigh. And release your low back and your belly. And sigh again and let the shoulders start to melt towards the floor. And then see if the back of the neck will lengthen out at all. Let your belly soften as you breathe here. And allow your body to be heavy. And then take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring knees into your chest. And we're either going to go side to side with your legs, or you can make circles with your knees going in the same direction, massaging the back. And if you're circling, go the other direction now. Bringing the knees back in towards your chest, open knees apart, circle them around, bring them back together. Going really big with this motion to get your hip joints moving. And then circle the opposite direction. As the knees open wide, this time keep them in that wide position, and you can continue holding on to knees. Or you could slide your hands up towards your feet, stacking feet over knees into happy baby pose, holding anywhere from knees to foot. Lengthen out your tailbone. You might rock a little bit if this feels good. And then work your way back to center. Deep breath in, relax the breath out. Releasing the feet, bringing knees back into your chest. Inhale. As you exhale, reach the legs skyward. Reach arms up if that's comfortable, otherwise hold the backs of the legs. And then point and flex your feet and move through your wrists. Palms up and palms down. Rotate your ankles and your wrists. And rotate the other way. My ankles are popping. And then flex your feet, spread your toes out. Give your hands a little shake. And then press the palms back up towards the ceiling. Now if you need to, you can always bend your knees here to make this comfortable for you. But what we're gonna do is you're gonna keep the arms and legs straight, reaching up, and they're gonna start to make little circles, like you're trying to draw circles on the ceiling with your hands and your feet in the same direction. And you'll feel that little massage in your low back again. And now go the opposite direction. So the hands and feet are moving together. All right, now pause. Now this is the part where it gets a little harder. You're gonna have your legs circle one direction and the arms circle the opposite direction. And this one you might have to go a lot slower to give the brain time to send the right signals to the limbs. All right, now pause again. You probably know where I'm going with this. Now you're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna go the other direction. This one's always the hardest. And you may be wondering, why am I making you do this? Not only is it good for your brain, but your brain's so busy working on coordinating this that it forgets to send signals to your low back. So places that you might habitually kind of hold or grip tend to soften there. And then take a breath in and let it go. Bring just one knee into your chest and hold it in nice and tight. Flex the other leg or the other foot, take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to lower that long leg. And then inhale, bring it back up before it reaches the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. If you'd like, and it's okay on your neck and shoulders, you can also curl the forehead up towards your one knee as you lower the leg, and then go back to your starting point. Timing this with your breath. Good. Now the next time the leg lowers, let it stay hovering above the floor. Pause there. If you have the head lifted, bring it down to the floor. And then let that long leg drop all the way down. Relax it and take a sigh. Bring that knee into your chest and switch your hands over to that leg. Reach the other leg up to the ceiling. Same thing on this side. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the leg. Inhale, lift it. And lower. And lift. Remember, you can add lifting the head, forehead towards the knee if that works for your neck. timing it with your breath. The next time the leg lowers, hold there, let it hover above the floor. If the head is lifted, bring it down. And then let the leg come all the way down. Relax it there, take a sigh. Lengthen both legs out along the floor, reach your arms overhead. Inhale for a full big body stretch. And then exhale, soften. And then inhale, stretching one side of the body, arm and leg, the other side is relaxed. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, stretch through the other side. And release it, and then both at the same time. And let it go. Walking the feet back to the floor. Slide your arms down by your sides. Turn your palms to face up. Shoulders are going to press down into the floor as the heart lifts just a little bit. Breathe in and out. And then inhale, roll yourself up into a bridge position. Your bridge doesn't have to be very high. You want it to feel comfortable in your low back. Tailbone is lengthening out towards your knees. Shoulders are pressing down, heart's lifted. If you're feeling any discomfort in your low back, you could walk your toes forward a little bit, and that gives you a little more space to lengthen out the back. Breathing deeply down into your belly. And then on your next inhale, come up onto your toes. Exhale, release your spine back down towards the floor. Nice and slow. Once hips are down, let the heels release. Slide your arms out to a T position and move your knees side to side. Head can rock opposite the knees. Good. As your legs go over to one side, stop there, take a sigh. And then over to the other side and sigh again. And back to center. Breathe in. Exhale, knees coming into your chest. Rock side to side. Roll all the way over to one side and press yourself up to a seated position. If you need to, you could sit up on a blanket or a block to get your hips a little higher, or you could sit on something and have legs out in front of you. We're just gonna work into your shoulders, up, back, and around. And then shoulders go separate. On your next inhale, shrug. And exhale, release. Breathe in. Exhale, chin comes down to your chest. Take a sigh there. And then do some easy head rolls over to one shoulder, forward, and to the other one. And just keep going right there. Working through the neck a little. Now the next time your head goes over to one side, stay there, move into some easy nods, very small nods. And then keep your head to the side. The direction your head is leaning, you're gonna lean onto that hand. The other hand's gonna lift off the floor, but keep reaching down and out with that arm. Now we're gonna take that lifted arm and start to make some big, and you can bring your head up a little bit if that feels more comfortable, but you're gonna make some big circles with the arm. Now if you have anything going on with your shoulders and this isn't feeling good, you could also make this smaller, hand to the shoulder, moving your elbow. And now reverse the direction. And the next time the arm comes up by the side of the head, stay there, press your bottom hand down, even out your sits bones and reach to the side. Breathe into the side of your body. And then as you come up, arm sweeps down, as you come up, keep your head to the side, roll it forward and to the other side. Little head nods on this side. And then stop, take a sigh. Keep your head to the side, lean in that direction onto the hand. The other arm's the hand will lift and the arm is gonna reach down and out. And then we're gonna start to make those circles with this arm. Remember, you can bring hand to elbow as an option. Not only is this good for the shoulder, but it gets the lymphatics moving. And go the other direction. And then the next time that arm comes up alongside the head, stay there. Bottom hand presses down to help even out your sits bones. Reach, breathe into the side of the body. Keep your head to the side, sweep the hand down, bring your torso upright, and then roll your head forward, chin to the chest, breathe in. Exhale, bring your head up. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up towards the ceiling. Let the shoulders lift into a shrug. And then drop them down. Breathe in. Exhale, push the palms forward, round through your back. And then inhale, come back to that upright position. Exhale, squeeze the elbows back. And release all the way down. Shoulders go up, back and down. Press your fingertips into the floor. Squeeze shoulders and elbows towards each other. And lift up through your heart. Gaze is wherever it feels good for your neck. Good, and release. Do a few more little shoulder rolls. And then we're gonna work up into a table position. So I've got a doubled up mat here, but this is where if you feel like you're needing a little extra padding under your knees, take the time to get that set up so your knees stay happy. Just move that out of the way. And then once you're here, move into some easy cat-cows. Breathe in, and you exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch, and keep going. All right, coming back to a neutral position, tuck your toes under, breathe in, exhale, push your hips back, inhale, come forward. Couple more of those, back and forward, and one more, back and forward. Now, keep toes tucked under, lift your knees up just a few inches, and you might stay there, or you might alternate, tapping one hand to the opposite shoulder, and switch, and switch, and switch. One more on each side. Good. Knees come back down. Release the toes. Draw back into a child's pose. Now for a little release of the wrists, slide your arms down by your sides. Turn your palms up. Let your shoulders relax. Take a breath here and let it go. And now keep the arms close to the sides of the body. Tops of the hands are going to stay on the floor as you slide your hands forward towards the knees. Squeeze the elbows in and just feel that stretch you get into your wrists. All right, and then reach arms forward and come back up to table. Stretch out one leg, toes tuck under, push back through the heel. And I'm just going to turn to the front so you can see what's going on next. And now you're going to take that same leg and slide it out to the side. Outside edge of the foot's going to push down. Arch lifts, sits bones go back. And just let that hip sink gently towards the floor. Now you're going to walk your hands away from that long leg and come onto just one hand. This leg might have to slide to come into line with the rest of your body. You're going to reach this top arm up. You can keep the foot on the floor. You can bring the leg off the floor, or you could come into a side plank. We're going to thread this top arm. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, thread through. Inhale up, exhale down, And one more, come up and down. And then come all the way up with that arm. If you are in side plank, you're gonna bring that bottom knee down. If that foot's lifted, bring it to the floor. And then take your top arm and reach it alongside the ear, pushing through your heel and reaching through your fingertips. And then walk your hands forward and come back to both hands and knees. Wag your hips side to side and exaggerate your shoulders. All right, same thing on the other side. Stretch the leg out, toes tuck under, push back through the heel. This is one of my favorite stretches. I think it feels so good. Now taking that same leg, sweep it out to the side. Outside edge of the foot pushes down, arch lifts, sits bones, reach back. Let that hip gently drop towards the floor. And now we're gonna walk hands away from the leg, the extended leg, come onto that one hand, adjust or slide that foot to where it feels comfortable or in line with your body. Top arm reaches up. Options, foot on the floor, foot lifted, or side plank. Top arm's gonna thread. Breathe in, exhale, thread it down. Inhale, bring it up. And down. And up. And one more, down. And up. After that, arm lifts. Bring the bottom knee to the floor if it's not there yet. Top foot comes back down to the floor. Top arm reaches alongside the ear. Reach through the fingers, push through the heel, and breathe. And then walk the hands forward and come back into table pose. Two options. One is down dog, toes curling under and lifting up into your down dog. You might want to pedal your feet a little bit here. If down dog doesn't feel right for you today, walk hands forward. Hands can be as wide as they need to be for your shoulders to feel comfortable. Hips stay up as you let your shoulders and heart melt. If you want a deeper stretch in this position, come onto your fingertips and reach the outside edges of the armpits to the sky. Whichever pose you chose, do any little movements that you need to do to ease yourself into your best pose. Wherever that is today, it might be different than it was yesterday. Take a sigh. And then everybody come back into child's pose. All right, stay on your elbows as you come forward into table. And we're gonna work our way into a plank. So you might extend one leg out and then reach the other leg out. If you don't wanna be on toes, you're gonna drop knees. Lengthen tailbone towards the heels, broaden through the chest, scoop in the navel, and try to smooth out your breath. Relax your jaw. Strong legs, especially if you're up on your toes. Pull your elbows towards the back of the mat. One more breath. And then ease hips down. Come all the way down to your belly. Arms down by your sides, palms facing the floor, but bring your shoulder blades towards each other. Tuck your tailbone, or lengthen the tailbone. Scoop in the navel and engage your glutes. From there, take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the heart. Little tuck of the chin so the back of the neck stays long. Maybe lift arms. See how that feels? Re-engage the glutes if you started to lose it, and then maybe bring legs up. You don't have to lift them up very high, but reach them back strongly. Breathe. Now breathe in, and as you exhale, squeeze the feet together. Inhale, open the feet wide. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open, and one more of those. Squeeze and open, and come back to what feels neutral for your legs If you want an added challenge for the upper back, bring the arms out to the sides, palms down, elbows squeezed together. And then the last one, the most challenging, would be to reach forward. One more breath. Ease your way down, hands under your forehead. Relax with a big sigh. And then just for a little release, move your hips side to side. Or you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet side to side. And then lengthen the legs back out. Hands come back next to your rib cage. Press yourself up to table. And then do another little side to side with your hips. Or you might do a cat-cow. Whatever you feel like you need for movement to release from that back extension. And then we're going to work our way back into child's pose. And take a sigh there. Good. Coming back up. We're going to come all the way up onto the knees. I'm going to turn, I'm going to stay here, I think. Okay, so then you're going to bring one foot forward. Now, as you come forward, you're going to keep hips right over that back knee, and the other leg's going to be making a 90-degree bend. So you're pretty much upright, okay? From there, press your front foot down into the floor and pull it towards the back of your mat. So you'll feel that leg start to work. And then this is one of the few times where I'll say this, but then I'm going to have you just a little tuck of your tailbone. So the navel scoops in and up and the tailbone tucks. While that leg stays, that foot's pushing down and pulling back. So hopefully you're feeling a little sensation happening in the front of that thigh of your supporting leg. Take a breath in here and then let it out. Now, same hand as your front leg is going to come to the hip. The other arm reaches up. I'll turn slightly to the side so you can see. The other arm reaches up and then over. So we're like this. All right, and then come back up. Now, we're going to walk that front foot forward just a little bit. Hands are going to stay on your hips. If you're feeling unsteady, because there is some balance involved, you can bring hands to this front leg for a little stability, or you can also come down onto blocks if you have blocks. Just make sure that you're not going to fall. But you're going to walk that front foot forward a little bit. So now the foot's beyond the knee, and then we're going to come forward, push your front foot down into the floor, and then push your hips back and hinge. Now you can keep that front foot down or you can lift the toes. You decide. And we're going to rock forward and back with this. Forward and hinge back. Good. Couple more of those. Forward and back. And one more. Forward and back. Good. Now coming forward, bring your hands either down onto the floor or to the blocks. So one of the things I like with the blocks is it helps you bring your shoulders back. So if you have hands up on blocks, it gives you a little more space to keep your spine long and your shoulders straight. But you don't have to use blocks, it's just an option. Hands coming to the floor or your blocks, back toes curl under, lift the back knee up, and breathe here. Now, you can keep back leg lifted or you can bring the back knee to the floor. Opposite hand as your front leg is going to stay down. Other arm's going to reach up into a twist towards your front leg. And then untwist. Now again, you can keep that back knee lifted or you can bring it back to the floor. Ease your hands up to your front leg. Shoulders drop, heart lifts. We can bring hands to the heart. Or we might reach up, chest lifts. Breathe here. Hands sweep back down to the floor. And then we're going to either drop the back knee and step back to a table position, or you might be able to step back to a plank. If you come to table first, then maybe try to come into plank. Knees on the floor or on toes. Breathe here. And then your choice, come into, on your next exhale, a down dog, or you can come back to that puppy pose position, arms forward, hips lifted, heart melting. Take a sigh. And then work your way back into child's pose again. All right, roll yourself up, come up onto your knees again. We're gonna do that same little sequence to the other side. So you're gonna bring your foot forward, and you're gonna be at that 90-90. Push your front foot down into the floor and pull it towards the back of the mat. And then a little tuck of the tailbone. And just feel that sensation that you're feeling through the front of that one leg. Okay, front leg, same hand stays on the hip, other arm reaches up and over. You're gonna keep pushing that foot down and pulling it back while the tailbone's tucked. And then come back up. Hands on the hips, hands on the front knee, or if you need to, onto blocks. Walk your front foot forward a little bit so it's beyond the knee. Breathe in, exhale, come forward. Inhale up, exhale, hinge. Push hips back, try to keep your spines fairly straight. Come forward and back and forward and back. We'll do one more, coming forward and going back. Good. And then as you come forward, hands are gonna come down. Remember, you can keep the back knee on the floor, or you can curl back toes under, lift the back knee up. If you lift the knee up, strong leg in your back leg. Lengthen out through the front of the torso. Opposite hand as your front foot stays down, other arm's gonna reach up into your twist. Lengthen through your spine. And then hand comes back down. Now you can bring the back knee down or keep it lifted. Ease your hands up to your front leg. Chest lifts. Hands to the heart, or reach all the way up. Smoothing out the breath. And then hands sweep back down. Now we're gonna lift that back knee up, and if you need to, you can do a little rocking forward and back to get some momentum. Push off your back foot and step it forward. So now we're gonna be bent knees, hanging forward. You could cup elbows, you could let arms hang, you could have hands on your thighs. If your back isn't liking this position, you're gonna do straight back, elbows on your thighs. Either way, you might do a little swinging here, and release the back of your neck. And then coming back to center, hands come to your thighs for everybody, shoulders away from your ears, shake your head no, and nod yes. And then head hangs again, take a breath in, and as you exhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Stop there, breathe in again, and then exhale, roll yourself all the way up, shoulders going up, back, and down. On your next inhale, come up with the arms. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Coming to center, maybe sigh here, close your eyes if that's comfortable. Good, opening the eyes, bring the hands down, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, shoulders drop, scoop in the navel, inhale, lift up through the heart. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. You can slide hands up the legs. Exhale, come back down. Reach your fingers back. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands come to your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep up. Heart lifts all at once. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come back down. Fingers reach back. Inhale, come all the way up.
Arms can stay reaching up, or you can bring hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down to a chair pose position. Knees are a little bit back from the toes. So you want the ball of the foot on the floor, but a little more weight in the heels. Scoop in the navel, lengthen the low back out. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lowering down, fingers go back. Inhale all the way up. Hands to your heart and sigh again. Good, open the eyes. And now we're gonna face the long edge of your mat. And you're gonna have your feet a little bit wide. And we're just gonna start to do some easy swings. So you're gonna bend and sweep from one side to the other. Let your arms be soft, wrists and fingers are soft, and just get loose. Feel a little bit floppy. Good. And then come back up to center. Walk your feet out. Turn your toes out slightly. And then inhale, reach arms up into a star position. And then exhale, you're gonna lower down and let the arms flop. Inhale up. Exhale. One more. Now this time as you reach up, take a breath in, and then exhale, elbows open out, knees open, tailbone drops down, knees are wide. Breathe here. Bring hands to the insides of the knees, push the thighs back, chest comes forward, dip one shoulder, look over the other. And then shift to the other side. Come back to center. Ease your hands down to the floor, or you can be up on a block. Now you're gonna keep your spine nice and straight, pushing back, lengthen one leg out, bend the other knee. Try to stay low and go to the other side. And then back to center, both knees are bent. Pivot on your heels, turn your toes forward. Lengthen the legs out, deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Now you can hold on to big toes and open elbows out. You could also walk your hands back and squeeze the elbows towards each other. All right, coming up halfway again, lengthen out the back, hands can be on the floor or a block. Little bend in your knees. Ease your hands up to your thighs, right up at the top of the thighs. So my knees are a little bit soft. I'm gonna press the tops of my thigh bones straight back and lengthen the crown of my head out in front of me. So it creates almost a little traction or stretch through your spine. And then hinge yourself up. All right, finding your wide stance again. Hands are on your hips, and you're gonna turn one toe, one foot out. Yeah. All right, take a breath in, push your hips down, and then exhale, bend that one knee. Make sure the knee is over your ankle and that the knee cap is drawing a line through the center of that foot. Push hips down so you're lengthening out of your waist, shoulders are relaxed, bring the arms out. Take a breath in, exhale, maybe sigh, and let the shoulders drop down just a little bit, easing tension out of the shoulders, and press the crown of the head up as you drop your chin slightly. We're gonna flow with this. On your inhale, stretch the arms up, lengthen the leg. On the exhale, float back down. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. One more, inhale up, and exhale, come down. Inhale here, As you exhale, drop your backhand, reach the other arm up, shoulder drops down. And then back to your warrior two position. Bring your hands back to your hips, lengthen the leg, press the ball of that foot down, press your hips down as you tilt at the hips. When you can't tilt anymore, you might stay right there, or you might start to open the arms out. Hand, if it's on the leg, is light on the leg, or you can go down to the floor or even a block. Smooth the breath out. And then look down, bend the knee, ease your hand or elbow to the thigh, or you could go down to the floor or block again. Other arm comes up and over. Sweep your top arm down in front of you and bring yourself back up, warrior two. Straighten that leg, turn the toes forward, other toes go out. Breathe in, exhale, bend the knee on this side. Stretch the fingers out, press the crown of the head up, drop your chin, breathe in, and let it go. Flowing inhale, reach up, exhale, come down, and up, and down, and one more, up, and down. Breathe in here, let it go. And then on your next inhale, back hand comes down, front arm reaches up, soft on the back leg. Back to warrior two. Hands to your hips, lengthen the leg, press the ball of that foot down, press hips down, tilt at the hips, lengthening through both sides of your waist. You can stay there, or you can start to lengthen the arms out. Smoothing out your breath, breathing as deeply as you're able to. Let your gaze be where it feels best for your neck. And then looking down, bend that knee, elbow or hand to the thigh, or hand can come down to a block or the floor. Other arm reaches up and over. Shoulder rolls open. Top arm sweeps down in front of you. And bring yourself back up, warrior two. And then come all the way up. Heel toe or jump feet together. And just shake out a little bit. So we're going to work our way into a little bit of a balance pose. We're going to come into tree pose. Hands, if you want to, you can step off your mat or come to a wall for some stability. Ease your weight onto one foot. Sit up tall. Standing foot presses down strong. Crown of the head is pressing up. And then you might keep toes touching, or you might start to work the foot up the side of the leg. Make sure the foot is not pressing directly on your knee. It's above or below the knee. And you can do the arms wherever feels right. You could reach out, you could reach up. Soft gaze, soft jaw. Continue to breathe. It's tempting to hold your breath in balance poses. If you move in and out of it, that's okay. When you're ready to release, try to release softly. Back to both feet. Take a sigh, let that side go. And then when you're ready, work your way to the other foot. Strong into your standing leg, press the crown of the head up. And you might start to lift that foot up, or you could keep toes touching the floor. Soft jaw. Continue to breathe. And try not to take it too seriously. Couple more breaths. And again, when you're ready to release, try to release softly back to both feet. even on your feet, and sigh again. As you open the eyes, bring the hands down and step to the back of your mat again. And on your inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, lower back down. Soften the knees. Walk your hands forward. You can bring knees to the floor first, or you can walk right on through to plank. Breathing here. On the next exhale, working up to a down dog or down to a puppy pose. You can be there, or you could be here. If you're in down dog, you're gonna lift one leg up, lift the hip, bend the knee. If you're in puppy pose, come back up to table, go down to the elbows, lift one leg up, lift the hip, bend the knee. And then lengthen out the leg, whichever one you chose. Turn the hip to face down and come back to either knee or back to both feet. And then you're going to do the other side. Leg lifts, hip lifts, knee bend. Lengthen out the leg, turn the hip to face down, and bring the foot down. Back to table, and back to child's pose. Take a sigh here. Roll yourself upright. Shift hips, bring legs out in front of you. And you might need to scoop forward because we're going to come down to the floor in a second. Bring your hands behind your knees, come up onto your toes, open through the front of your chest, and then take a big exhale. Now you can keep toes, so you're engaging the core. You can keep toes touching the floor, you could bring shins up, and then you might let the hands go. Pull the shoulders back, keep your neck and shoulders soft, and then we're gonna reach up just a little bit, and we're gonna climb a rope. Inhale, reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. Couple more, up, 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 and up. And then hands come back behind the knees. Release the feet to the floor. Inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, work back. And forward, and back. And one more of those, come forward, and back. After you come back this next time, release all the way down, knees into your chest, and rock side to side. After you come to center, place one foot to the floor, cross the other ankle over the other thigh, give the top thigh a press. So you're pressing the thigh towards the front of the mat. And then bring the other knee up towards your chest. If this doesn't feel good, keep the foot on the floor, or you can bring your foot up onto a block. You can also wrap a strap around the thigh instead of your hands. Just makes your arms longer. And go side to side. And then go a little further to one side to get some more intensity in this stretch if you'd like it. And let that side go, and we'll go to the other side. Cross the ankle over the thigh, open the thigh out, and press it towards the front of the mat, up by the crease of your hip, not up by the knee. Release that press. Foot can be on the floor or a block, or the knee comes up, hands are a strap around the thigh, and then go side to side. And then a little further over to one side to get some more intensity if you want it. Breathe there. And release. Both knees coming into your chest, rocking side to side again. Oh, as you come to center, open the arms out to a T. Now, if you want we're coming into a twist here. If you want a softer twist, you'll bring your feet to the floor instead of keeping knees up to your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist to one side. So you can be there, or you can have feet on the floor and twist that way. So really do what feels right for your body. And sigh. And then center your head, bring the legs back up to the middle. Breathe in, and then exhale, twist in the other direction. And sigh again. And center the head, bring the knees back up to the middle, and just do a little push-pull with your knees. And then come back, constructive rest pose. Dropping everything down, let it get heavy. Take a big breath in, sigh it out again. We're working our way into Shavasana. If your final relaxation, you'd like to keep feet on the floor, you're welcome to do that. You could let your knees kind of fall in on themselves so the legs prop each other up, or you might lengthen the legs out, coming into a flat position. Deciding what feels best for you. If neither one of those feels good, you could come onto your side instead. I want you to feel comfortable. And once you're settled in and adjusted, take a few sighs. Each side melting into the floor, softening. And then allow yourself to let go into this moment. Giving your system time to integrate all the benefits of your asana practice. The body is heavy, the bones are heavy. All the muscles of the face are relaxed, jaw, lips, tongue, brow, eyelids. And now take a breath into your belly. Let it go. Inhale, belly, low ribs. Let it go. Inhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Great big breath. And let it go. Bring movement back into your body in whatever way feels good. And as you're ready, make your way over onto your side. And take another sigh there. With as little effort as you can manage, press yourself up to seated. Bring the arms down by your sides. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Hands come together at your heart as you exhale. Take a moment to thank yourself for your practice. And I thank you as well. And the light in me honors and celebrates the light in you. Namaste.